The night before Non-Denominational Holiday Day, a poem by Dr Stein.
It was the night afore Non-Denominational Holiday Day, and all through the base, nothing was stirring, but was that ever the case? The doors were barred and locked, as was the custom, in the hope that no debtors or bounty hunters might come a-rustling. The fluffies were snuggled all up in their crates, dreaming of playing with chemical substrates, when all of a sudden number 1511 had themselves a dream, a flash of inspiration.
"Oh my!"
they exclaimed while pointing a paw to the ceiling.
"Oh golly, I think this idea might just change everything."
And so they moved off, creating such a clatter that Stan came through to see what was the matter. With a cheerful smile he asked,
"What's all this fuss? Let's have some tea and sit down and discuss."
"No time!"
declared 1511.
"I must get a move on and sort this surprise all before dawn."
"I'll help you,"
Stan said cheerfully, because he had been gifted with that personality.
"What is it you need? The base has all sorts of goodies."
"I need rope and music and a fire and cookies."
Stan didn't question why 1511 felt that she needed lights and confection, so they hurried to the lounge where, sprawled on a couch, was Lottie the tabaxi in a festive hoodie with Rudolph for a pouch. Lottie pulled a face and awoke from her nap.
Why have you burst in here with your sack of burlap?
"You like to hunt. I need your advice. What's a better trap, a noose or a vice?"
I'd say a noose,
Lottie mused, stroking her chin.
but depends on the prey, wing, foot or fin.
"All three, I think. I can't be sure. I've never seen it in the wild before."
Figure that out and go see Irwaz. They can track anything, not just underwater.
So the fluffy said,
"Thank you, Lottie."
and bustled out, feeling even more jolly. 1511 and their faithful pal Stan hurried to the basement for the next stage of their plan. To see living down there in the saltwater pool, Irwa the tuna gelf and Whaley a bit of a fool.
Irwa, are you down here? I need your assistance for the plan of the year."
"What's all this racket?"
asked Irwa with a frown, for the word plan had made them concerned for the town.
"You're the best tracker, we know that for sure. Can you teach us to chase like a shark from the shore?"
Irwa smiled their toothy grin.
"I know one better. How about Yellowfin?"
So Irwa taught 1511 how to hunt like a pro, showed them how to reload and to fire a crossbow.
"You be careful now and point that away from your face. We don't need your cotton brains all over the base."
With this new knowledge fresh in their possession, 1511 continued their mission. By now the night time was slipping away, and they had much to do before Non-Denominational Holiday Day. In his soundproof room, the next stop was Tam Tam. This was exciting, for they were part of his fandom.
Tam Tam, please help us. We need a new tune. Something that's soothing to lure one to their doom.
Well, aren't you lucky? For this very eve, I've taught my rat choir a musical weave. This song of my composure is haunting yet jolly, and sure to tempt someone to stumble to folly.
The rat choir performed in key and kept tempo, while Tam Tam conducted this cracking concerto.
Aren't they grand?
He exclaimed when they were all done.
Take them with you, and make sure to have fun.
The party now bigger, they made for the stairs, where they met the good doctor with an armful of pears.
Doctor, why are you out of bed? In the last episode, weren't you just hit on the head?"
That doesn't matter right now, you see. I needed out the lab. I wanted to pee. Any excuse to be here right now to further this tale and include a rhyme for snow. That looked better on paper, I must admit. This poem business is quite the complicated remit. Look next for index or tricolo theta before all this gets a little too meta.
To our listeners, I'm sorry. This verse could be better. I'm a last-minute hire. They found me on Twitter. They waved the doctor off to the lavatory and headed off to explore the second story.
"Look over there in the shadows. It looks like a tricycle with shimmering tassels."
I'd ask you politely, do not point them out. Why not comment instead on my wheels or my pout? I have arms and legs too, now watch me transmorph.
We can't play the sound effect. Copyright, of course.
Oh, Tricolo, we found you. This is just perfect. We need your assistance for our new festive project.
What do you need, Fluffy and Stan? And this collection of rats? Are they a band?
1511 showed Triquiclo the lift and pointed to the button in the topmost left.
Stan's too short and he's the tallest among us. If you hit the button, it would save us such fuss.
Wishing for more grandeur but willing to participate, Triquiclo obliged and stepped into the freight crate. Extending his arms to help out a chum, it suddenly went wrong because Bellry rolled a 1. The lift suddenly began to plummet. From its passengers, a scream did emit. Just as they thought it would all come to an end, the lift juddered to a halt, and they heard a friend.
Are you alright? Let me roll 3 electronics.
Luck was with Index. She rolled high, 26. The doors pinged open, and in jumped the rat.
Thank goodness I found you, else you'd have gone splat.
The same questions and queries were discussed once again. Index nodded and listened, and it didn't stop then.
With this I shall assist you, because it seems to me this plan of yours is complicated and rather tricksy.
So with help from Stan, Triquiclo, Rats and Index, 1511's smart plan was ready in minutes. They rigged up a noose and tripped wire for good measure, set a fire in the grate and fetched a bag for the treasure. They turned down the lights and fought over hiding places, making quite the racket as they all took spaces. Soon enough they all settled into the dark, ready to wait for their prey to soon embark. Minutes passed quickly, then maybe an hour. In the darkness for their target they continued to scour. Suddenly from the darkness there came a twang, a short loud scream, and a noisy bang.
I'll get the lights. Triquiclo, guard the door.
I'm on it. Here I go. Ah! What's that on the floor?
On came the lights, bringing the reveal. What had all this been for aside festive appeal? Eating crackers and strung up by her foot was the good doctor. She had one word.
Loot!
Crumbs sprayed over a red sack on the floor as the rest of the crew burst through the door.
My goodness.
It's a gift-giving sack.
Is this normal? Is it going to attack?
Of course not, my child. Its carrier is long gone.
A festive beluga whale, at least where I'm from.
Here I thought a big man had broke in, and clever 1511 had foiled him.
The rat choir must have frightened him away, and he dropped his sack to flee to his sleigh.
1511 beamed in pride, and they cut down the doctor just before she died. I'm afraid that, dear listeners, our tale is now done. We wish you the best for the seasons and 2021.
The Night Before Non-Denominational Holiday Day, a poem by Dr Stein, written by Susie Q. Music by Daniel Boström, except the outro music done by Tam Tam with a £7 glockenspiel. The narration was done by AJ from Pretending with Dice. You can find all series that we have done here at Penance RPG at penancerpg.com and gain access to our Discord and behind the scenes stuff through our Patreon at patreon.com/penancerpg. The 2115 cast will return in January 2021.